Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to some Deep Rock. Today I was kind of just in the mood to chill out. I don't really have anything to work on other than just some of the weeklies. Figured I might as well grab some cores. Also, I will never turn down the chance to play point extraction. Probably one of my favorite mission types in general, and golden bugs and Mac Terror Plague definitely are just going to make it interesting on top. And today I'm going to be playing a little bit of engineer, so I'm just going to go through my loadout real quick. I wouldn't say this is the most optimized loadout, but just for having fun and casual play, it's something that I quite enjoy using. So, like for our Warthog, we are just using lightweight magazines, and because we're getting that extra ammo and reload, that kind of frees us up to get more magazine size, load the shells with more pellets, go for damage, and a little bit of fire rate on top. I kind of go back and forth between the supercharged feed and the overstuffed magazine in tier 1. Having that extra burst damage from that 3.5 fire rate is nice, but I also like having that sustain from the 2 extra shells that you get in the magazine. For the PGL compact rounds, always a great balanced overclock, kind of offsetting the AoE and damage decrease here with the tier 1 and 2 mods. Don't really need to take that much more ammo. I really enjoy high velocity because the grenade going fast allows you to shoot things like on the ceiling, so you're dealing with web spitters and acid spitters, etc. But I know that incendiary compound is also very reliable at killing large numbers of bugs because the temperature conversion does not suffer the same fall off that the raw AoE explosion damage does. And then so again, just more AoE and a little bit of direct damage. Shredder Swarm's pretty self-explanatory. One of my favorite ways to play Engineer is to just optimize how much DPS from different sources you're putting out at the same time. As Engineer, your ability to multitask is really your biggest strength. And so, even though Shredder Swarms don't really have any kind of a skill ceiling or learning curve to them, they're incredibly reliable. Throw one at your feet, and you're just passively increasing your damage until they run out of either time or the charges in each of them. For the sentry guns, I I go back and forth between Hawkeye and Defender. Defender is always incredibly strong just from raw damage potential, and the limited focus scan really isn't that much of a detriment when you consider the fact that it helps you conserve ammo economy because your sentries aren't going to get distracted by Praetorians or very, very far away bugs that they're not really meant to be handling. That being said, when I am running a loadout that doesn't have a lot of range damage without needing to expend a lot of ammo and continually hitting something with a spiky grenade, having Hawkeye either on the Mark II or the Gemini is helpful for taking out things like menaces, making sure you don't get grabbed by a cave leech, or just in general chipping down things that are beefier than just your regular web spitters and acid spitters, but are out of range for you to really do much with your shotgun and grenade launcher. Quick deploy, kind of a no-brainer, at least for me. Just great quality of life. I know stun is quite strong on the sentries, but because I'm running Hawkeye and I'm letting my sentries just truly be set and forget, handle whatever is inside of their range, I'm running armor breaking just to help them punch through. If they get focused on a Praetorian or a guard, they're going to have a better time not wasting a lot of their ammo. For the platform gun, I like running high capacity magazine because your magazine size contributes to your total ammo pool. You're only losing 4 platforms from the tier 1 ammo mod. Repellents are fun, but finicky enough that I'd rather just take the raw ammo. And I try to instill in me the habit of making sure I shoot the platform well in advance of needing inertia to catch it up in order to prevent me from taking fall damage. Obviously, like, not perfect, but overall, lots of ammo is good. As far as perks go, kind of segueing from platform into perks, Born Ready, regardless of what I'm running, even if I'm running Shard Diffractor and it's recharging, I keep this on because you never know when you're going to need another platform to cross a gap or to break your fall. Resupplier, when you don't have a lot in the way of defensive capabilities like Gunner would in terms of holding your ground, being able to quickly get your health and ammo back is really important to take those windows of opportunity. Vampire and Iron Will, just in general, gives you an extra revive. You manage to melee kill medium or larger bug. You get enough health even without any red sugar nearby to keep yourself up. I do get bored of running Dash quite often, but I like running it on Engineer. Again, for the same reason that he doesn't have a grappling hook, he doesn't have a shield. He does have a lot of damage potential, but having a little bit of extra mobility goes a long way in keeping him alive. So yeah, that's the build, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Rock solid.
Alright. So, first things first, well, a little bit of a habit instilled to me. If there is a lot of open space out of the front of the drop pod, I usually like to just go ahead and set sentries up because point extraction caves have enough passive bugs in them when you drop down that you're going to want to have a lot of things guarding your back, especially in Bacteria Plague. This is quite the hole to have spawned in. You can just see here between having sentries, having the shredders. Of course, Bosco's here helping me out too. There's truly so many different sources of damage output that you can throw down at the same time with Engineer. As much as Gunner can stay alive through using his shields, he's solely reliant on himself doing the damage to clear out the bugs. The philosophy that I have with playing Engineer is very much, if everything is dead, it can't hurt you. I'm gonna go ahead and, even though I have like the toxin resistance, gonna get rid of these. Kind of tired of taking damage while I try to climb out of here. Okay. Any aquarics Bosco can grab while we're at it.
Platform.
Also, another thing to note, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my sentries. Another thing to note about Bacteria, they don't have any fear resistance. So when you hit them with a PGL, or you hit a surface near them with a PGL, you're going to cause all of them in that AoE to turn around and not shoot you. So it's incredibly good at managing them before like Trijaws get really devastating amounts of damage off. That was a little bit irritating. Those grunts were getting between me and the slasher that I was trying to finish off for a little bit of extra health. Okay.
Nothing can keep me down.
Go ahead and just grab this red sugar.
Never felt better.
Would have liked to save the Iron Will for a bit later, but not too worried about it.
Needs assembly. Sentry off.
Might as well go ahead and throw these down. Just help the platform sentries. Is that another? Yes. Okay.
Platform.
So, I already have 45 Nitra. I know there's a whole vein down in the drop pod pit. Probably should get at least 80 before the first swarm really ramps up.
Boom, baby.
Thank you, Bosco. I really do enjoy compact rounds, just for the fact that I can casually throw out grenades more often without needing to feel bad about being wasteful.
Help me mine this.
Also, Forgot to mention, I am playing with one mod enabled right now. I do have the custom difficulty mod installed. This is regular Hazard 5. But I also have a mod that increases flashlight strength. And I've been torn about how I feel about this because, on one hand, it definitely changes the pacing of the game. Being able to see bugs further away, going to be able to shoot them sooner, more situational awareness. So I do think it probably makes the game a little bit easier in some circumstances, but it is also really enjoyable to use, and it makes the flashlight feel more like an actual full flashlight.
Eat lead!
I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way. Make sure to hit the dash.
Yeah.
So that in that case right there, all of those Mactera were far enough apart from each other that I couldn't get the fear from the PGL proc on all of them at the same time.
Reload.
Yeah, my sentries are definitely getting their money's worth in this mission.
That's all you got, you slippery shit!
Alright, I need to pay more attention to the Mactera. Goodbye, Brundle. Hello, second Brundle.
Die, fly!
Okay. So I'm almost there.
No ammo left!
That was satisfying. Let's see. Is that in the quark?
What is that?
Don't believe so. Oh, no, never mind.
Here, have some extinction!
Alright.
Red and destroy!
Definitely going to start dipping into the remaining shredders. Grab a little bit of extra health here. I'm going to go grab this nitra before I'm in trouble. Also, sorry if I'm upsetting anyone by not mining the crust. I am very compulsive as a person, and so I've kind of put a bit of a personal quest upon myself to go out of my way to leave some of the crust. Don't worry, it bothers me too, but I'm working on it in order to, I don't know, just have a better mindset. Learn to be a little bit uncomfortable, you know?
Come here, you flying!
Might as well, like, find some way to work on yourself while you're playing a game.
Shredder swarm!
Should probably, like, patch some of these holes.
Supplies are on the way.
You're a stain on the floor! Time to restock!
Okay. I think I'm probably just gonna take one for now. Bosco,
Help me
grab
with the minerals here!
another quark, please. Another nice thing about having dash when you're doing things like this, you can use it to kind of give yourself like a short backbreaker stout, just to get a little bit of speed in order to get big things to the mine head.
Let's show them some pain! Die!
Alright. That should be close enough, thank you. So that's 7. Hi, golden loot bug.
I actually think we're gonna make it!
Okay, where are these last quarks?
One platform, ready to use.
There's one.
Go! Get to work!
Where's the helmet? Here we are. I was wondering if I was going to get any extra events in this cave. There's probably some on the other side too that I just haven't explored yet.
Platform up!
Just go ahead and use some shredders because Bosco is going to be busy carrying that quark for me. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be time to check the other side of the cave. Now that I've kind of dug into a little bit more of my ammo pool.
Grabbing ammo.
See, that's another situation right there where having that extra light is helpful. I don't know how much of that was from the flashlight versus how much of it was being near to the minehead, but again, don't underestimate the power of increasing your situational awareness when it comes to any kind of an FPS game. Thanks, Bosco. Okay. So, truly is an endless field of the gas plants. What are these called? Poison spore fungus, yeah. That's a pretty apt name, I suppose. Alright, I don't feel like dealing with this.
Weapon ready.
I
Got no flares.
still got plenty of resupplies. I think I'm just gonna grind this out. Not worry too much about nitro.
Swarm! It's a big one, team!
This looks like the perfect time
Go get him, boy.
to throw out my sentries. Here comes the Mactera. Gonna fear them with the PGL.
Boy, got the try.
Easy.
I was born ready. Hit it. Reloading.
Having Born Ready also makes using the PGL much more fun too. The only downside to the PGL, well, one of the major downsides to it, is just having to reload after every shot. Okay, hi Trajaw. My dash is on cooldown. Alright, I'm just gonna have to book it.
Time to shred.
Throw out another shredder.
Help me with the minerals here.
Bosco. Again, extra flashlight range. Definitely like making an impact on how I play without a scout. The mod, if I remember correctly, it is approved for like progress on the workshop. It's not labeled as like a sandbox mod.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious to know what other people's opinions about a flashlight mod like this.
Bosco, mine it.
So that is going to be our last two Aquarics. I was going to say, I think that's empty. It was lighting up because I had the Aquaric next to it. Alright, what now? Other fun thing about playing point extraction, especially solo, Bosco can do the heavy lifting for you, but it also gives you more of like an environment to just test your loadout in a Has-5 setting, while still doing mission progress and whatnot. Because as long as he's holding that Aquaric, he's not going to be helping me. Okay. The real question is, do I care enough about the Ebenuts? I really just love how punchy the PGL feels when you run high velocity on it.
Weapon ready.
Very satisfying.
Platform created.
I think I'm probably just gonna go ahead and hit the button.
Moving dirt is the best way to make a living, please.
Thank you.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time. Launch the minehead and we'll send in the escape can.
Probably gonna be a lot of Mactera now that I've hit the drop HUD, so gonna go ahead and throw these back down. I'm definitely missing enough ammo to grab one more resupply here. That's another example of like a really good and entertaining situation to use your high velocity grenades. And compact rounds, I get truly enough of these to really did hit me after I shot him. But I do have enough grenades to be able to kind of just expend them as liberally as I feel like.
Born
It was a really wide dip he made as he was dying there.
Reloading.
Go ahead and fear. Get that armor broken. Gotta be careful because my dash was off cooldown. I guess even if I was not using a flashlight adjustment like this, that was a bad shot. The sentries can also give you some context as to where bugs are going to be. At least when you're running Hawkeye and they have that extra range and field of vision. Gonna just go ahead and toss some shredders.
Access provided. I needed that. Rock and stone, you beautiful wall.
Oh,
Pod inbound. Stand
there goes half of my health again. Thank you, Trijots.
Reloading.
I suppose you could achieve a similar effect with this just using the smart rifle. I mean, you don't need to do as much, you don't need to put any attention into aiming, aside from curving.
ready for takeoff.
Let's see. That was a bad shot.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Gonna just go ahead and dash out of here. Burn down some more shredders. Gonna recall these sentries too. If I really get in a bad enough spot that I'm gonna need something to cover me. But I think I should just be able to make a pretty nice sprint up here.
I was born.
I wasn't confident that time about hitting that Mactera in the face, so I just decided to get him with some of that splash on the ceiling. And that's a wrap.